Good morning. Thank you for joining Your News Arizona. This is Jonathan Alexander. I'm your host today. And today I have Daniel Gutierrez. I'm doing an interview with him. And Daniel ran for United States Congress. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning. How you doing,
Good. And let's go ahead and end the broad. Just go ahead and shut your phone down and let's make sure we can hear it fine. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right, you there, Dan?
Yeah.
And can you hear me all right? Can you hear me okay?
There you go. There you go.
There you go. You must have the mic muted. So, Dan, that was a hell of an election that you ran.
Yes.
And I don't exactly like the outcome of it.
No, not too many people did.
We can only imagine what took place, but we're going to leave it at that right there for right now.
Yeah.
So, Dan, you got a lot of good things you're doing down there in the Yuma and Phoenix area. You want to tell our viewing audience what all it is that you're doing?
Well, right now it's the Tucson area,
Okay.
and once I get a pilot program going here in Tucson, we can expand it up into Phoenix and Yuma.
Right.
Right now, we're trying to deal with the homeless crisis that's plaguing Tucson bad. I mean, it's bad. So.
Well, that it is. I've been down there with you, where we've rode around and we've actually seen it. And you're right, homelessness is everywhere, including the drug problem.
Yep.
I mean, when I actually witnessed that morning, we were having breakfast, was just unreal. And I'm sure that's just minor compared to what you've been seeing.
Yeah, well, I'm actually going to go down and talk to the council, the tribal council for the Paskiyaki, because right in that area where you and I had breakfast the other day,
right,
is where they're building their new casino.
And
that's
no
one of the big homeless encampments in the city. I've been down to 100 Acres. There's another one, the Tohono bus station right over here. I was there yesterday. The bunch of police officers went in there and they made 50 arrests, found drugs, money, took people into custody. They cleaned it out. Now they got bobcats in there just getting all the trash and debris out of there. It's bad, Jonathan. And while you and I were out on the border, because the border was a crisis, Pima County was busy spending all the money the federal government was giving them and bringing all the migrants into our country. And approximately 500,000 migrants passed through Tucson at the taxpayers' expense.
Oh, yeah. Just take a look at the hotel right there. The, what was it, Comfort Inn and Suites right there in Tucson. We actually covered that.
Yeah, we went to the two migrant camps too, if you remember.
Yep. But that's where they were no longer renting rooms to the American people. That was the Comfort Inn and Suites, and it was only open for illegals. Yeah. So, from my understanding, that's totally shut down now, Dan.
Oh, yeah. No, it's been all remodeled. Again, taxpayer expense.
Right.
We fixed it all up because it was literally destroyed. They had to repipe it. The Red Roof Inn, they had to do the same thing at it. Had a buddy that was working on fixing them, and they sold them to new owners. They made their fortunes and left.
Yeah. So you have a program that you're starting up down there. Yeah, I'm here, Dan. Can you hear me?
Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
Jonathan,
can you hear me now?
There?
Yeah, give me 1 second. How about now, Dan? All right, can you hear me now, Dan? Well, it looks like we lost Dan. We'll give this a try again. Hold on a second.
Hey, where'd you go?
I'm still here. So I'm going to send you another link, Dan.
Yeah, because you were all of a sudden gone. I was going,
I can hear you just fine. I can see you just fine.
okay.
So give me 1 second. I'm going back into the email.
Hey, Jonathan.
Yeah, go ahead and click. There you are. Hold on. I'm going to add you to stream. Hold on. There you are. Can you hear me now?
Okay.
Not quite sure what happened.
All right, you there?
There. I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Okay. Well, a minute there. Well, now I can't see me, but I can see you. I mean, I can't see you either, but a minute there, I could see you. And then we got disconnected.
Well, I can see you just fine.
Well, I just see a black screen.
Yep. All right. It must be on your setting on your computer, on your phone. But anyways, Dan,
Yes.
what all is it that you're exactly trying to do down there in the Tucson area?
Right now, I'm trying to get the government to help the homeless. You know, they spent millions and millions on the migrants, ignored the homeless, opened up our border, flooded our city with drugs. And we got 5 people a day dying from fentanyl poisoning here in the city. We've got stabbings happening. It feels like it's an everyday occurrence. Tonight, we're going to be a lot of us are going down to the city hall and we're protesting at 5 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, which is what needs to be done.
Yeah, I keep telling everybody, you know, like the liberals do, we need to get louder.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you take a look at what you've been already doing, Dan. You hire a lot of the homeless people and people try to get their lives back together through
Yep,
Gutierrez's painting
yep,
company that
absolutely.
you have. Um, how how do you think the city can help in that aspect as well?
Well, my plan is we need to start enforcing the laws. Okay, the fentanyl, possession of fentanyl is a class 4 felony.
Oh,
What the city
absolutely.
of Tucson wants to do is drop it down to a misdemeanor offense so that they can just give them a ticket and give them the opportunity to go to treatment. Right? That's a stupid idea. Right? Why would anyone go to treatment over a misdemeanor? Leave it as a class 4 felony, hold them in custody till they complete the treatment, and then when they successfully complete the treatment, then drop it from a felony to a misdemeanor. I mean, this isn't rocket science.
Right. Well, that's it. I mean, you look at the way the laws are written right now. Nobody's honoring the laws. They're basically, it's a slap on the wrist. They're back out on the street doing their fentanyl, and then the American people wonder why in the hell we got such a crisis.
Yep. So,
Now, I know you're going to be down at the Britton Farm this weekend as well, down in Yuma. So
absolutely.
I'm going to try to make it to that event as well. Um, and and you want to explain to me what all they're doing down there at the Britton Farm?
They're having a fundraiser for a couple of different people, and they're going to try and get some funds together for me and my campaign. I'm running again, as you know. I was already in 2026. The special election popped up, and People just, they were thinking of other things rather than what's best for our community. My opponent definitely was not best for our community, as you well known, as you spent quite a few years of your life, reporting on the border.
Oh, correct. Well, and that's the thing, Dan. That's one of the things that I was pretty kicked off about through the election, just the amount of turnout of the Republicans from what I've seen, and whether those numbers are accurate or not, or whether I'll say it, whether they cheated or not, only they know.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to speculate either way. But what I've seen for the numbers, if the numbers are accurate, you might have had what 10% of the Republicans get out and vote.
It was pretty bad. About 18%, I think.
18% went out and voted.
Yeah. Yep. And had the Republicans turned out, our border would be getting secure right now. These drugs would be stopping right now, and this homeless crisis would be being dealt with right now. But that's not the way the people voted. And the only ones now, granted, we knew it was going to be a low turnout, and we put it out the best we could put it out. But had the Republicans shown up, we'd be talking about a different situation right now.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. If you would have had the Republicans turn out like they should have been, in large numbers, she would have never won. She
wouldn't have.
She wouldn't have. If you look at this,
70,000. She had 70,000 votes. And check this, there are 94,000 Republicans. Had the Republicans showed up, the CD7 would be in Republican hands right now.
Right. And how many Republicans actually showed up, Dan? Do you remember?
Probably, I think that 19,000, 19 or 20,000, something like that.
20,000
out of 94,000.
Out of 94,000 Republicans. And then the American people wonder why Arizona is not changing. Well, when you got Republicans that aren't getting off their butts and getting out and voting like they need to make a difference. And maybe that's part of the problem, Dan. Maybe they figured that area was Democratic for so long, no Republicans stood a chance.
Yeah.
So a lot of them just didn't get out and vote. But the thing is, if they would have got out and voted, this time you had this election won. If they would have got out and voted, you even had Democrats voting for you this time.
Oh yeah, you saw them at the watch party.
Damn right.
Oh. Yeah, well, this we got another election coming up. I know the city bus drivers voted for Adelina. They had endorsed Daniel Hernandez, and I've been over talking to them, and they're going to wind up voting for me, and I'm going to be talking to them about an endorsement.
Yep.
So, because it's time for change. It's time to get someone in there that's going to do something for the community, not somebody that just wants a paycheck. And they're so, I'm sure you've seen her on the news here lately. She's focused on, I'm going to be the last vote to open the Epstein file. Well, I guarantee you the Epstein file is not going to open because she signed it. Nobody gives a shit about the Epstein file. I mean, that's not true. I would like to know who's in the Epstein file. A lot of us would, but I'd rather see our people in my community safe from these homeless people. The stabbings that are happening. We had some girl stab some old man on the city bus a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I mean, this is insane.
Yeah. Oh. And it's just going to get worse, Dan. I mean, you look at what's going on. And right now, she's pushing to get that border reopened as well. She wants these illegals coming through.
Oh, yeah. No, she wants funding to give medical to the illegals. She wants to give benefits to the illegals. She wants to open our border and flood the country with more illegals. I mean, it's insane what the American people actually voted for here in CD7.
Yeah, and that's not to mention, she's pushing for the child to be able to get sex changes.
Oh yeah,
For that,
without and the parents can't intervene.
that's right. And she actually said that right on her campaign, right in the
Oh yeah,
meeting with
no,
you.
I
She
was there.
right
I
in the
couldn't
yeah,
believe it.
she said it in the interview with you. That's correct.
Yep, it was
You
a
know,
forum,
well,
and
why don't you
yes,
explain to me how in the hell can any Democrat, let alone Republicans, not get out and vote for you to make a difference in this matter? I mean, I know you're totally against that crap,
yep.
but
You want
where's
to hear
people's
something?
morals?
Let me tell you something. And this is the insanity that I'm dealing with. I was in Bisbee. I went up there to get my signs from Douglas and Bisbee. And while I was in Bisbee, I was talking to a bunch of Democrats. Well, three guys. There were three gentlemen there. They're all three Democrats. One of them come over and put his hand out and said, "Mr. Gutierrez, I want to shake your hand. I listened to you and I was with you on everything that you ran on. And your opponent didn't run on anything." And I said, "Did you vote for me?" He said, "Well, I couldn't. I had to stand with my party." And the whole city's burning down around us. And there's Democrats that don't align with anything she stands with. They're still going to vote Democrat. What kind of insanity is that? Can you tell that to me, Jonathan? What kind of insanity is that?
It's totally insane. you know, I just can't even. I can't even just gather it all in of what's going on. I mean, it's not that I can't. I'm just at a point right now. I'm sickened by what's going on in this country. I mean, I don't know if you saw what was just taking place the other day, but they were protesting over in Phoenix, actually throwing stuff right from the overpass down on the cars.
Oh, yeah. No, I saw that.
I mean, when does enough become enough? When does enough become enough for American people to say no more? We're done with the crap.
Yeah.
How do we get rid of this corruption, Dan?
Well, we need to start holding the media accountable, which is probably 70% of the problem,
Yep.
and start getting rid of these leaders that aren't putting the American people first.
Well, I've been covering what's going on in Portland and Chicago. We've been doing live broadcasts on it and sharing some news footage from it. But the same thing's starting to happen in Phoenix. It's starting to happen. My understanding, even over in Yuma right now, there's been some protests going on. So if that's the case, I'd like to see what's going on over the weekend down there as far as protesters as well. And I think you and I need to make a trip down on that border road over the weekend. Take maybe an hour out. We'll drive up and down it once again and see if we find any military personnel because
All right.
they keep claiming there's military down there. Last two trips down there, I've not seen one military personnel at all. And
Yeah.
then furthermore, I saw only one border patrol agent through the whole time that I drove that border road. How many times have we been down there and that's flooded with border patrol agents?
Oh, we've been down there what, probably 15 times.
Yep, easily. And there was only one border patrol agent, and he claimed, "Oh, the military's here, you just can't see them." So my speculation is they've got a bunch of new cameras up on the border road, and I think my speculation here is they're probably sitting behind a monitor watching everything, and then sending the troops out when they spot something.
That would
Because
be a
it's
pretty good observation, because I was watching a show where the military did strike some drug runners, and
yeah,
they had spotted them that where in a way that the drug runners didn't even know anything about it until it was too late when they took them all out.
yep.
So because they crossed the border with drugs and guns and weaponry, and the military had it all on camera. They watched them, and at that point, you cross the border in mass numbers with weapons on you. You're no longer you're a terrorist. I mean, you just invaded a foreign country. So they had every right to take them out. But I was watching that footage. That was pretty cool.
Well, what do you think about Trump sending in the military over into Portland and Chicago?
But it's about time. You need to send them here to Tucson.
Yeah. Well, we've even had some protesters up here in Kingman, Arizona, and we're not nearly the size of you guys.
Yeah.
So, how can people donate to your campaign, Dan?
Well, right now we're trying to set up a new web page, so they'd have to Zelle it to 520-268-3408. That's
And
520-268-3408.
and we've got what until the next election? 2 years, a year and a half,
15 months.
15 months. So less than a year and a half.
Oh yeah.
So right now is the time to really start getting it out there. For the people listening that's out of the Phoenix and Yuma areas in Tucson, you guys got to get this man voted in. You got to.
And anyone that's not in those areas that has some money they can spare, please send it to that campaign, because these campaigns are not cheap.
Yep. And believe me, the Democrats seem to pull out money out of the woodworks from everywhere.
Oh yeah, they do. I mean, each one of the Democrats I was running against had $1 million, and I was self-funded. I mean, I got some donations, but I was basically self-funded, and I didn't have $1 million in my bank account that I could throw away.
I think what we ought to also do, Dan, is contact J.D. Vance, Donald Trump, and Tom Homan if we can get a hold of him, because we know what Grahava's daughter's in the process of doing, and they've got to stop her from doing that. The No More Death Camp over there in Arivaca is 100% up and running, and from my understanding from Big R that I spoke to, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
According to him, they're still going across at the end of that border road where the wall stops. They're still going right across right there. The humanitarian aids are dropping off food and water to the cartel. That way they can make their runs up from there up to Sierra Vista.
You know what? Someone needs to prosecute them people.
Yep.
They are ripping the American people off, the taxpayers. The county here where I'm at was funding the NGOs, and the NGOs are getting rich off of us while destroying our country, while facilitate the drugs to kill the people in my city. I'm a little upset about this.
Yep. And I want to find out why Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, or actually all three, Tom Homan, why they have not intervened on that No More Death Camp. I mean, that's a human trafficking camp. They assist in medical aid to the cartel that come through. I mean, these guys are aiding and abetting the enemy, allowing them to traffic their drugs. And there's that camp wide open there in Arivaca, Arizona. If anybody goes in to talk about them, the whole area of Arivaca says we're nothing but terrorists ourselves because we want it stopped.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant flat out says no militias or anybody that
or border patrol officers are allowed,
or border patrol or anybody else is allowed in there, right in their restaurant in Arivaca. I mean, that whole area needs to be raided and shut down. And I think we need to find a way to put enough pressure on the government to get them to do their damn job. I mean, this affects you guys, especially down there in the Tucson sector. Not to mention all the drugs coming through, the fentanyl that they're trafficking through. And, you know, that would be a main target for me right now.
Yeah.
Well, Dan, let us know if any way we can help with the program you're doing. I think we can get a lot of people on board to assist in this as well. And I think what you're doing is great. And you're putting some of these people to work yourself is great. And it's giving them an opportunity other than the homeless life and the drug life.
Yeah.
So you've been doing some amazing things down there. So,
All right. Well, I guess I'll see you this weekend.
all right. Anything else you want to add to this, Dan?
No, everybody have a great day.
All right. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Your News Arizona. This is Daniel Gutierrez. He's running for United States Congress again. And Dan, I can already tell you, you got my vote, buddy.
All right, brother.
So, let's make it happen.
All right.
All right. God bless all you guys out there. Thanks for tuning in.